Hey everyone, Chris here. I got another video for you guys today. So earlier today, we got a phone call from Porsche Minneapolis saying that the Taycan was ready. So I had some running around to do. Picked up the C1 from Straight Line. They fixed the both doors because they were just cheap products, I guess. The door handles, so they were like, it was like permanently pressed in, so you couldn't open the door, the driver, passenger side, I mean, from the outside. It opened from the inside. And then they replaced the power steering pump, even though we made Classics Plus do that because it was leaking. So we did that today amongst working. That sounds ironic. I worked today, but I played with cars. Anyway, so got the Taycan from Porsche Minneapolis. Went through about a 45-minute training session with them. It was pretty spectacular what Porsche's been able to do with all that tech. Sick truck hawk. Followed by an SRTG or Durango. They're cool cars. Anyway, sorry. What was I saying? Oh yeah, got the training seminar or training lesson from Porsche Minneapolis, and we're having trouble getting everything to connect with the phone. And, I don't care about that stuff regardless, but they were trying to force that or get that done before we left. I think it's kind of a Porsche rule or something. You have to, I don't know. You know how dealerships, they'll try to set up your OnStar for you or set up whatever like manufactured program is built into the car, because honestly, that's where they make some of their commission out of it. That's basically what I thought it was, but it sounds like this is more of a need to do thing for Porsche, not necessarily a, hey, we're going to push this on our customers so we get some type of kickback. I don't think that's what those dudes were trying to do, but it was like that. They had to start up or like register a product before I could leave with it, so we had to do that for a while, and having some communication problems with the phone. But got the car out of there, and like it's been a couple weeks, almost a month I bet, since I first test drove that Taycan that they brought to work. I sent or posted a teaser picture, which I accidentally deleted on my channel. And as soon as I drove that car, man, like it's like nothing else I've ever driven. Like this car is my dream car. It's still my favorite. It wasn't a cop. This car is still my favorite, though. Like my dream car, the Porsche 911 Turbo S now that's available. But I don't know. Something about that Taycan, it's like it makes me want to buy like a 4S as a daily driver. Like yeah, I got the Turbo S -1 daily that, but I mean I can't. I got dogs, and sometimes I gotta haul stuff to work and whatever. But I don't know. It's such a comfortable car for having so much power and so much, I guess, performance capability. I wouldn't have expected it. That was my first time driving on the highway. Or really more than like 10 miles that I test drove the original. But having like so much of that performance capability in a sedan like that, I don't know. Like, listen to this car right now. You can hear the exhaust. You can hear the road underneath the tires. You can hear the bumps. Here's a bump right here. Did you hear all those? The mic's kind of cheap on this camera, so I don't know if that's picking up. You can hear and feel the road a lot more than you could in the Taycan. I'm not saying you can't feel the road. I'm saying like all the imperfections in the road you can feel like that. I don't know if you heard that. The Taycan, like, I'm gonna sneeze. And the Taycan, it was like driving a Rolls Royce or something. Like I was a passenger in a Rolls Royce, I should say. If Tesla's cars were of that caliber for the quality of the interior and stuff, fit and finish, I would buy one of those for sure. But you just can't beat the Porsche as far as quality and craftsmanship and just fit and finish. It's incredible, really. So, long intro later. I am heading to the toy box right now. It's getting late, so hopefully you guys can see it by the time I get there and leave. so paranoid about cops all the time. Look at this. Saying, oh yeah, so I'm on my way to this white box. Hopefully it's not too late by the time I leave there, so you guys can take a peek at it and I can drive it and talk about it a little bit. It's not going to be a review, I'm just introducing you guys to the car. The 40 miles that I've put on her so far have been incredible. This is my first experience with an electric car, and I think that like the bar has been set so high that there's not going to be anything that can match it, which is what I was saying. Like, it'd be nice to get a Taycan 4S. You know, it's half the price and not that much slower, so I don't have to feel so bad about, you know, wear and tear on the car. Just from driving it, just enjoying it. So something up like that value, you know, I would feel a little bit better driving to work and driving to the post office, which is the worst parking lot I've ever seen. I was saying something earlier, I forgot. I had a truck pulled over. It scared me thinking it was a cop. Got me all messed up. Let me just show you the car. Hello, ladies. Oh, Ryan, I'm sure you're watching this. So this is the Hummer that you were just talking about in that picture I posted. Let's see if it shows the mileage. I think I need the key. Alright, it's not, but it's a 2009 Hummer H2 that we found probably about 6 years ago. This is PaFur number 2. So we stopped, oops, we stepped on something. We stopped keeping track of naming the cars the PaFur, but any car you see with the PaFur plate, I think I explained this before, is owned by myself and my dad. So the Hummer, this 911 Turbo S, the 01, the Viper, the 488, which is not in my parents' house, and this R8. There you go. And this Taycan are all PaFur cars, meaning him and I own them together. Alright, well here she is. Here's the Taycan. We got really lucky with picking this up. The allocation that Porsche Minneapolis has for these things, they are pre-sold for the next, I think, 2 years on getting one. And now there's a delay with the batteries coming out of China that is going to put probably a further strain on getting one of these. So I forget the name of this color. Volcano gray, I want to say. Pretty sure that's an Audi color, but I think Porsche's also using that too. Volcano gray with the same color interior as my need the keys, as my Turbo S, my 911 Turbo S. There they are. Oh, this looks really sinister to me. It's a bigger car. I mean, look, it's probably about the same size as the Vanquish, which is kind of a bigger car too. You know, when you compare it to like a 911 or something. See that? I didn't even touch anything. The car just senses the keys close to it and unlocks for me, kind of like a Tesla in a way, but much sexier. So this is that same color interior that this is cool, that my 911 Turbo S is. Let me show you how this works. That's a neat little thing. Okay, so when you get in here, just put your foot on the brake. I'm still getting used to this because, again, there's no sounds, there's no motor sounds, nothing warming up. When you get in here, like the car's on right now. Okay, I put my foot on the brake. You press this little button over here. They used to have a key. Let me pull this out. This is that new shifter. So he kind of acknowledges that you're good to go. Yeah, this is still really weird. There's zero sounds. Pull it right here. You don't need to worry about fumes. Okay, so this is that red black interior from Porsche. I forget the name. Starts with a B. It's really nice. And then everything else is black. So seats and lower part of the dash Lower door panels are all red. Upper door panels, headliner, all black, and then you have this huge sunroof thing that they all have. Here now I can kind of see the car's light better. Yeah, it's just super nice. Yeah, and this thing's on right now. It's crazy. It's going pretty dark on that tint. I like it. Check out the light bar in the back. Those are, pretty sure those are 21-inch wheels in the front, 21-inch in the back, 20 in the front. 305s in the back, I believe. Yep. These are big wheels. I mean, you think 21 inches on a sedan. That's a big wheel. Anyway, let me pull this thing out here and get the Turbo S, the 911, the Chalk. I guess they're naming these things something besides the Turbo S because we got 3 of those now. So let me get this out of here. I don't know if you can hear that. There is a electric mode or electric sound that you can turn on and off on these cars, and I've got it turned on, so it has kind of a like a Jetsons vibe, like whoa. Almost like it's like winding up. Okay, got the 911 coupe put away. Let me do a quick walk around before we get inside. Look at the size of those front calipers. This is Ferrari size. Look how much room there is between the caliper and the wheel. Just nothing. Ooh, she looks good. So I'll do some more videos showing off some of the features. There are 2 little charging spots on the sides that are pretty neat. I gotta but kind of learn how the charging is on these. I love those light bars. Makes me want a 992. And then these handles that just... Alright, never mind. Here's the other charging. Charging port. Alright, let me get in here real quick. Oh, maybe that's what I was supposed to do on that side. Okay, so it is, deathly silent in here. I got that radio turned off because I don't want to get demonetized on here. But, this thing's good to go. Like, it's running right now. All I do is foot in the brake, push down on that, I'm good to go. They have different drive modes. I've just been driving in normal. They have Sport, Sport Plus, Individual. Let me see here. This button right here is for regenerative braking. Well, let's just go home, and I want to configure this real quick. Configure my screen. I don't need phone over there. Maybe we'll put the charging thing right there. Yeah, it tells me my range. There's my whatever. Is there a layout I can do? Let's see here. Let's leave it like that. So this is gonna be like my main screen. That's cool. We'll sync it. So it's kind of like a touch screen, kind of like your phone, and it gives you here. Listen, it gives you kind of a little bit of feedback. Can you hear that? Or you can press it. So here's the speed. Here's the electronic sports sound. So it's off. I'm gonna shut up and turn it on. See if you guys can hear anything. I heard nothing. Probably because I'm not moving. I think I have to be moving to make that work.
Alright, it's the next day. For whatever reason, I just had to reset this gimbal, or this Osmo, it's called. That's the camera I'm using to record all this. It's acting weird, so I just did like a factory reset, kind of put my settings all back to factory as well. But it didn't record the 10-minute drive home from Toy Box last night. I found that out as I was trying to upload this video. So this is the next day in the Taycan right now, heading to work. It's a very gloomy day. I didn't know it was supposed to rain last night. Like, look at this. Oh, it's very gloomy, but now that I have the camera facing this way. So you see that little blue bar, that little blue light at the bottom, or top I should say. That is the, I think that is the, I didn't get like much training on this. Or I didn't like, you know, go into that type of in-depth detail, but from what I can tell, that's like where my pedal is. Like how much pressure, see how much it moves up and pretty quick. So when I was saying before in a video that, you know, the speedometer kind of moves with the pedal, I wasn't kidding. There's so much instant torque with this car. I can't even, you know, explain it. This button here is that regenerative braking. So as soon as I push that, you'll see an icon show up. So now the car's kind of braking for itself, but as soon as I, you know, slam on the brakes, it'll, see how the light turns green. Depending on how much pressure I'm putting on the brakes. When it's green like that, it's charging the battery. But when it's blue, that means that it's you know, using up some capacity of the battery. Man, I had this so better explained yesterday. Still early. So look here. Oh, let me get onto a stretch that's not 40 miles an hour, 45 miles an hour, because I want to demonstrate the, you know, how sensitive this, not sensitive, but how, I guess, this acceleration pedal reacts. So again, so as I like press on the pedal, like right now my foot's off of it, so now it's doing the regenerative braking, which is charging the battery. When I left Porsche yesterday, I was at 28 miles, and this said 188 miles. You can see I've gone, you know, almost 40 miles. I've only used about 20 miles of range because I was doing a bunch of this. I would accelerate like on the highway, and I would just let it coast like that. So my foot's not on anything. It's just coasting as is. I'm gonna have people in front of me, so I'm not gonna be able to demonstrate this too much. But like here, watch how I guess this accelerator pedal reacts. Like you'll see this blue light kind of take over the speedometer. That's how much pressure I'm putting on to the accelerator pedal. Get some distance between this guy in front of me. Like, watch. Hopefully that showed up. There's so much torque in this car. Hopefully that makes sense. I just wanted to show that real quick. This car is such a fun car to drive. I don't know if you can hear the road noise. Is this even recording? Really wish I recorded last night. I don't know if you can hear that road noise, but I'm running over bumps here. I can hear it, but I can't feel it. Like the only thing making noises in here right now, I think, is this empty passenger seat next to me. I don't know if that's even being picked up on the mic. It's subtle. This is kind of a rougher road. See if you can hear you can probably hear those little patches, but I can't feel them. Even taking turns on this car, again, I've only got like 40 miles experience with it so far, but it's been a very nice 40 miles. This is quickly becoming, I'm not trying to compare it to like a 911 GT2 or even my Turbo S, because that Turbo S is still, you know, my forever dream car, but I think this is gonna, I can tell this is gonna quickly become like the favorite. I'm gonna get some more experience on this car, and then I can really like share some more stuff about it. But just my short rides that I've had in it, I like it a lot. And this is what that new electric Macan is gonna be like. I guarantee I'll get one of those, because this is, I don't know. I really want to get the Taycan 4S now as like a daily. I say that because it's like half the price of this, just as many, you know, cool features. Oh yeah, that's right. I got the electric sports sound on. So there's a feature on this car that, that'll give you some audible feedback. It's this electric sports sound. I have it on. Let's see if it goes back. Oops. Alright, we'll just go there. that kind of gives you like a little bit of like the Jetsons. Listen. That's not the brakes making that sound. That's that electric sports sound making that sound. All right, I'm getting up to a part of the road where I can give her a little acceleration. The fit and finish, of these Porsches are just night and day difference compared to what others are going to compare this car to, like Teslas. Here, watch this. I'll try to listen. So you can see that little blue bar, I'm not giving it 100% throttle. If I were, that'd be all the way up. Okay, so watch this green light come up to, or get bigger as I put on the brakes. So when I do that, it's actually charging the car, so I'm gaining range. Hopefully you can hear that. I don't know. I'll make some more videos with this thing. I'm just heading to work right now, and I thought that I would refilm or try to refilm the second part of the second part of that video from last night when I traded that 911 for this. So it's gonna get a lot sunnier today. It looks like crap right now, but it's gonna brighten up here around noon. I'm just leaving the post office right now and spending more time in here. There's like small things I'm starting to notice. I think it's very small to a lot of people, but something like this, see if it will, it might not. Hang on, camera's going crazy. I keep my face down by it. So this part, see how it's plastic? It gets swayed nice up here, but it's plastic right there. That's the part that you hit. Looks like someone's, oh never mind. It's just a molding mark. But that's the part that your belt's hit and your what's going on here? There we go. That your pant buckles or stuff like that hit before getting into the car. So I'm just noticing all these small little I guess features here. This will show it. There, see that piece right there? The passenger, same thing on the driver, they're gonna hit this before they scrape on this, because on cars with big bolsters, you'll end up, especially with older cars, you'll end up noticing that it wears prematurely on the side here. That's just, again, from people's belts and their pants and their I guess their legs scraping on the seat as they get into the vehicle. So it's nice that Porsche, I guess, acknowledges that and puts something there that's not gonna fade, or so it's not gonna damage the leather. It'll damage that plastic before it damages the leather. I happen to purposely avoid that part of the cars. But sometimes you get your hands full, you're trying to get in with carrying letters, carrying my phone or whatever. Sometimes you gotta fall into the seat versus slide in. Yeah, when got groceries in here, she holds a lot actually. I was surprised, as much as the size of the trunk in the front. There's nothing in the front, it's on the back, but is the size of that, it's surprising how much this thing can hold. So yeah. Okay, so I got in the car and I didn't even press the on-off button, and it acknowledged that the key was in the car and it turned on automatically. That's kind of cool. That's probably a feature you could turn on or off. Man, I love this car. All right, I just had to throw that in here real quick since I noticed it. I'm excited for more videos of this car to come once it gets. It's still not sunny out. It's supposed to be by now, but once we get better weather and summertime comes, this is gonna be pretty fun. Okay, just leaving work now, heading home for the night. Finally, I don't know if the camera's picking it up. Get the sky out. Look at this. So this is Minnesota weather. One day it's 30 below zero. Next it's like this, and it's 75 degrees out. It's crazy. Just this morning it was I think when I started it was maybe 40 degrees out. Now it's 75. Our weather is crazy here, but I love it. Took my brother and Pubes is this guy at work, out for a joyride in this, and they couldn't believe how fast and responsive, sporty this thing really is. It's unreal. I'm trying to voice it. I'm trying to describe it.
you know, to you guys, so you can get a sense, but it's really tough to explain just how this thing feels. I told my dad, he came out and drove it too. Everything else just seems kind of, what's going on here? Everything else just seems kind of boring. I don't know, it's awesome. It's growing to be my favorite car. Also, I can tell already that this thing is going to be very easy to get in serious trouble with. I just looked down and I was speeding, and it doesn't feel like it, because like I said earlier, this car is just so smooth and so like flawless in the way it drives that, you know, the speed limit will easily creep up on you, and you'll easily surpass it in no time. Like right now, I'm doing 10 over. I gotta slow down. It's just, yeah, it's unreal. And it takes, you know, zero effort for this thing to get up to speed, and then it's very easy because, you know, usually when you're driving, you know, like a manual, for example, you get to a point where you don't watch the RPM, you just listen to the car, and you know, like roughly what speed you're going. With this, you know, it's that 2-speed that you don't feel at all, and everything else is just silent. You know, I don't have the engine screaming at me, telling me that I'm going too fast. I don't know. I'm not. The car's not rough on the road, so it doesn't feel like I'm going fast. But again, I slow down. I'm doing 10 over once again. So I'm just gonna regenerative braking on. This thing coast a little bit. Not that style, but makes me want to get a bike again. Would you all watch if I did ride-along vlogs with a motorcycle? I spent years riding a bike. You know, I had several Ducatis, a couple Harleys, but look at there's another one. Would you guys be interested? Like if I slapped a GoPro on my helmet or something and just drove around? I don't know, something to think about. So, alright guys, I'm gonna head home for the night. Hope you all had a good day. As always, I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks.